All right, so since Carolina is currently beating Arizona big 31-3 and the rest of the NFC South just suck dick today, like the Saints lose to the Titans, Falcons get curb stomped by the Dallas Cowboys, I might as well give my piece and say this. God, that first half for the Buccaneers was a fucking disaster, especially in the first quarter where Tom Brady had two interceptions, one of which wasn't even his fault. It bounced off the hands of Jalen Darden, who should have made the catch when he was in the curl flat. The other was just a telegraphed interception that he just threw up for grabs for the Washington football team to get. Another, another, another L. And we dropped to 6-3 after losing to Washington 29-19. We had a couple touchdowns to Cameron Brate and Mike Evans, sure. And it's definitely good to see Devin White making up for his mistakes against the New Orleans Saints when he had a few penalties. He came in with 2 sacks in the game against Taylor Heineke. But overall, Taylor Heineke just outplayed Brady, and most of that came off of really dumb, incredibly poor offensive mistakes. Like I mentioned before, we had those 2 first quarter interceptions, and for much of the game, we couldn't really drive the ball down the field in order to get some points. The most we got were 2 touchdowns, minus a PAT, and 2 field goals. And that's about it. Mike Evans was our leading wide receiver this week, with 2 receptions for about 80-some yards. Chris Godwin ended up getting more receptions for less yards. Leonard Fournette, he did fine as a receiving and running back for the most part, but some of the drops this team had early on really killed momentum for us. Even after in the fourth quarter, when we get a crucial fumble recovery by Devin White and Levante David punching it out to get the Mike Evans touchdown to put us back 19-23. Somehow, some way, Washington, on the longest drive of the year, salts it away for us so we can't come back. Fuck. And it's like we can't really blame the defense for this one because they were literally gassed having to deal with the Buccaneers' offensive mistakes. We can't blame our defense too much for this one because they did all they could to win the game. They held Taylor Heineke in check on some drives. We got some sacks on him, some forced breakup passes. Almost had a couple interceptions that would have changed the outcome of the game, most likely. But I don't know what else to say. I mean, we just got to iron out some of the issues. Brady's got to cut down on the turnovers and forced passes. And in 2 weeks preparing this game, we definitely fixed a few things, but not enough. And I'm hoping that this 8-day period can help us get ready for the New York Giants next week because they're going to be coming off their bye. On Monday night, they're going to be playing their A game with Daniel Jones. So hopefully Brady can outduel Jones again. But we seriously got to start winning again because Lord knows what's going to be in our future in the NFC South if we don't start.